Scary, spooky and psychological horrors on this here Bird Eye Review show. A film, a series and a short film to bring out of the darkness and onto your screens. To chalo chalte hai andero ki beach. Hello, my couch aloo. Welcome to the August-September edition of the Bird Eye Review show with me, Natalie. Is baar bhi main review karne wali hoon jana unjane content on the streaming platforms. Trekking into the abyss of latest releases to reveal treasures or nightmares or something in between from the subcontinent. Let's start with something heavily advertised here in Mumbai. And with good reason. The events of 26/11 in 2008 to sabko yaad hai. Mumbai Diaries, released on 9th September via Amazon Prime, an original 8-part series taking inspiration from the Mumbai terror attacks. The series stars a bushy-bearded Mohit Raina as rebel Dr. Kaushik Oberoi, trauma specialist at Bombay General Hospital.
तुम तीनों मेरी वेट कर रहे हो?
Yes, sir.
आपके नहीं?
Residents.
Let's get to work.
The series focuses on a creator's visualization of the medical staff reacting to the horrific events, arrival of victims, and more than one perpetrator.
किधर है सब?
ये मेरा पहला दिन है. I can't do it.
You know what to do.
ये थोड़ा emotional viewing हो जाता है.
Focus.
Come on guys, move it!
Apart from some interchangeable nurses and police officers, the characters featured are distinct, though almost tokenistic.
हम डॉक्टर्स हैं, हम ह्यूमन बॉडी को देखते हैं, ह्यूमन कैरेक्टर को देखना हमारा काम नहीं है.
My most vivid memories of the attacks featured the Taj Hotel, Leopold's and CST train station, and whilst Leopold's is the opening location for Mumbai Diaries,
Palace Hotel में भी अटैक हुआ है.
and the Palace Hotel a hefty chunk of the narrative, the train station is not covered, nor, as I remember, the Jewish centre. I was less aware of a hospital being attacked, but Kama Hospital was indeed part of the attacks and it seems provides inspiration for the fictitious Bombay General.
This is Bombay General Hospital. Daily करीब 100 से ऊपर cases आते हैं यहाँ.
Now, comparisons are going to be made with Hotel Mumbai, the film with Dev Patel, about events that took place at the Taj Mahal Palace and Tower Hotel. Unfortunately, Mumbai Diaries doesn't feel quite as authentic. The situations feel overdone, despite the series makers seemingly wanting to add realism with CCTV footage and pretend snapshots and news footage. It feels fake.
Everyone, stay calm. Mama, please leave.
And when being inspired by true life events, this seems incongruous.
जो तुम अपने आप को समझते हो ना, उससे बढ़ के.
Despite the show's desperate attempts to include good Muslims and highlight the human spirit of kindness and connection, the writers seem confused in where blame lies for the failings during the events.
The police are chasing the terrorists now. Put me on air. Take me live.
The media, particularly live TV news at the time, was blamed for giving too much information. Similarly, in Mumbai Diaries, the character of Munzi is the human face of the media's shortcomings. Unfortunately, by the end of the series, that seems to have been entirely forgotten, and neither her nor the entire news network are held to account.
My mother and your wife could be dead right now.
Mumbai Diaries is contradictory at best, a confusion of fact and melodrama, slick camera moves and clunky acting. Watchable, if only to reaffirm that neither events nor the series should happen again. Dear Diary, 2 out of 5.
ये तुम पे.
Thoda zyada hua kya? Not agreeing with this bird's eye view? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Also, feel free to suggest what I should be checking out. Just like Roy, one of the team here, who helps create the Bird Eye Review show, he wanted my take on Bhoot Police. That coming up after a short break. The OTTs really have given a platform not just to feature films and series, but for short film creators to get a wider audience too. Before the internet, short films were trapped in the festival circuit, rarely making it onto our TVs. Getting selected for a festival, I imagine, was also no mean feat. But with new platforms seemingly appearing each week and all greedy for content, audience ke paas aaj bahut sare viewing options hai. In India, where Hindi content rules the roost with Bollywood, regional languages can shine brighter on the OTTs, with sites catering to specific audiences. Saina Saina Play is an app and a website and a Facebook page. Saina Movies है उनका YouTube channel जो features है Malayalam content, music, series, films and short films. Premiering on August 22nd on YouTube was a short film Uravidam. वो जगह जहाँ से सब कुछ शुरू होता है. With glowing comments and just 11 thumbs down, I was curious to see what all the fuss was about. Directed by Ritu K. Bijoy, it's a succinct 16 minutes in 3 parts about the troubled mind of a young man. By 14 minutes, we're led to believe it's over and are left wondering what on earth we've just watched. It's the last 2 minutes that helps us make sense and take our own imaginations down a different path. I'm not usually a fan of a verbal explanation from a narrator, but in Urivadam, we need it, and it works. The horror of Uravidam is that which lives in the main character's mind, and maybe in our own minds when we're haunted by our past and the demons live on. Our mental health, most fragile and perhaps terrifying as any incident we are faced with in the real world. To watch Uravidam and many other short films and classic, read older Malayalam films, you don't need to download the Saina Play app. बस login कीजिए उनके YouTube channel पे और सब कुछ देखिए मुफ्त में. Short films are great for when you want to lose yourself in a film and not lose an entire afternoon or evening. Check it out and maybe tag a Malayali friend or family member to let them know about it. I give Uravidam 3 out of 5. On now to our final dish on the Bear's platter, Bhoot Police, a ghostly offering from Disney Hotstar that materialised on September 10th. Bhoot Police is a Bollywood all-starer. Saif Ali Khan, Arjun Kapoor, Jacqueline Fernandez, Yami Gautam and Jaaved Jaaferi, to name but 6.
तुमको देख के लगता नहीं कि तुम तांत्रिक हो.
हम वो देख लेते हैं जो किसी को नहीं दिखता.
It's a family-friendly comedy horror rather than a nightmare-inducing scarefest about 2 brothers, Khan and Kapoor, that travel the land in a rather fabulous, esoteric-adorned van. Akin to snake oil salesmen roaming from town to town, the 2 aren't delivering the goods. Instead, they like to co-conspire with the alleged possessed and perform some phony rituals to take the cash and run.
और GST uncle?
Hot on their heels, though, is Inspector Chidilal, played by Jaaved Jaaferi, and for reasons unknown until the end, he's totally got it in for them, the brothers seemingly to have really got his goat. Their ruse goes well until it doesn't, when they are faced with a real kitchkandi.
कौन सी कंडी?
A kitchkandi is a female spirit in Nepalese folklore who, according to Wikipedia, attaches herself to an uncremated part of her body, usually a bone, and haunts a particular area, sapping the life force of unfortunate others.
पहाड़ों की होती है, बहुत ही जटिल और जिद्दी आत्मा.
Tangled in the kitchkandi goings-on are sisters Maya and Kanu. Fernandez plays the domineering, disbelieving, vlogging-obsessed sister quite perfectly, whereas Gautam's action is very underplayed for the most part. Visually and hourly, the American Wild West comes to mind. Sepia tones, trumpeting sounds, and sets reminiscent of a saloon-style bordello are all pleasant. Lantern swinging, wooden plank outside toilets, and a tea plantation stuck in time further set the scene. And it works.
असली भूत प्रेत नहीं होते.
Bhoot Police is trying to be self-aware. जैसे Jacqueline के character ने nepotism के बारे में बोलना. The village chanting, "Go kitchkandi!" and Khan ka mitron bolna.
ये सिर्फ हमारा business है.
This is a movie of its time, and it feels like a movie, if you get my drift. It's not trying to be anything else. Think like Back to the Future, or maybe something with Jackie Chan, or the Muppets, or maybe just pure Disney.
मेरे स्टेट में किचकंडी है.
I was prepared to be dulled by Bhoot Police, if I'm honest. Instead, at least for the first hour, I was enchanted, but then distracted, and then again brought back for the climax. Running at over 2 hours, I think it's probably 20 minutes too long. The one and only dance number, almost right at the end, is nothing musically memorable, but very visually pleasing. Steampunk, Wild West, Gothic Victoriana, and Arjun Kapoor looking super hot with lovely hair. Make sure you stay until the very, very, very end though for a little surprise that makes me think Bhoot Police 2 could be on the cards. And if it is, would I watch it? But of course, if it's anything like this, funny, engaging and certainly nice to look at. And that's just the cast.
बिन जाने मान लेना अंधविश्वास, लेकिन बिन जाने ठुकरा देना उससे भी बड़ा अंधविश्वास है भैया।
Bhoot Police 3.5 out of 5.
क्यों डर लग रहा है?
डरे हमारी जूती।
And that is your lot for this episode. Do give us a thumbs up and kindly hit the share button. Make sure you are subscribed to ACV on YouTube to get the latest on film festivals, theatre, TV and the written word, all with a subcontinental flavour. Yummy. I'll be back on October the 15th with the next Bird Eye review show. Until then, stay safe and do not have nightmares.